What is up, super friends? We are back once again with some more DCUO gameplay, this time joined by the Nature Vixen GhostRobo realm. We're here at the Metropolis Metrodome trying to take out Hive. We got a lot of objectives: gather Hive circuitry, tag exobites, and destroy Hive hypnopollen. There's like a sentry turret machine gun thing losing its cool. It's just like going crazy up here, so we're going to take this bad boy out if we can. And I want to talk to you a little bit about RPGs, or turn-based RPGs in particular, because I think, at least for myself, this generation, this console generation in particular, has permanently ruined the turn-based RPG for me. And why do I say that? I say that because, one, there haven't been that many good ones. Granted, on the handheld side of things, there's been some awesome turn-based RPGs. Sure, I won't argue with you there. But console side, it's all about the Fallouts and the Oblivions and those games, the Dragon Ages, the Mass Effects. It's not about turn-based RPGs. The main reason, though, is I just think that the cinematic experience of most AAA modern games has all but ruined the appeal of something slow and plotting like a turn-based RPG. And now a lot of you are probably going to say, GhostRobo, you're crazy, we still love turn-based RPGs, but hear me out here. I just purchased Xenosaga because I have heard so many good things about Xenosaga, and so many people have been saying Xenosaga is one of the greatest games of all time, and it's so amazing and awesome, and blah blah blue blee. And I'm sure that I will find some value in Xenosaga. The opening cinematic was great, and if the story is cool, I'll be all about that. But the actual act of gameplay of slowly running through these towns with not a whole lot going on, and reading all this written dialogue, and doing these battles that are random encounters and take a while to get through, it just is not appealing when the console makers and the game makers have trained us to enjoy games where something is constantly being thrown at you. There's so many scripted events and so many QuickTime events, and you're always doing something different, and something amazing and spectacular is pretty much always happening, that even though Xenosaga is old and granted from a different time, and back then I'm sure it was very revolutionary in some certain aspects, now it just seems like this is old, and it is old, but more so that this isn't a game that someone who just getting into gaming now could really enjoy. And I really believe that. You may think I'm crazy and be like, no, GhostRobo, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyone can enjoy Xenosaga or Dragon Quest III or whatever, and I'm sure there are some that enjoy that kind of game, but I think that you just look at what's popular now. You look at the modern big titles. You look at the Halos and the Gears of War and the Call of Duties, and it's all about instant action and instant fun. It's about getting you right in and getting you through, getting you out, in and out, right? You go play a multiplayer match in 5 or 6 minutes, and you're done. That's your experience with the game for the day. That's not your experience with RPGs. You're looking at spending, 20 to 60 hours on a game, and a lot of that is just going to be plodding around through an environment and through cities where there's not much happening. And even if you say, well, there's plenty of fans of RPGs, what kind of RPGs are they fans of? Are they fans of turn-based RPGs, or are they fans of the Fallouts and the Oblivions and things that have more of that wow-bam factor, even though they are still categorized as an RPG? I don't know. It was just interesting for me to start this off and look and see what my experience was with it. And I have the same thing with Final Fantasy VIII. I never played Final Fantasy VIII. It was one of the ones that I missed, and I downloaded that off PSN for my PSP, and it just wasn't enjoyable at all. The systems were complicated, overcomplicated, to the point where it seemed unnecessary. And granted, sure, I understand that I could have figured it out and I could have spent more time and understood it, but when everything is now, so well thought out and so well planned, I don't really know that I wanted to invest all the extra effort to get these, understand these systems that ultimately are going to go on for 60 hours. And I think that's another part of it as well, is that I don't necessarily want to do the same thing for 60 hours. And sure, you pick up new attacks and stuff like that, but for the most part, you look at RPGs, you're pretty much doing a lot of the sameness over and over and over and over again, and the story is really the thing that's kind of changing it up. So if you're not into the story, if you're not really absorbed by that, I can see people just leaving them in the dust, especially people who are young right now and growing up with games. And it's kind of sad in some ways, because the turn-based RPG, the JRPG, defines so much of those mid-generations of gaming, from the Super Nintendo to the PlayStation 1, and I think it's something that's kind of the past now, and I don't really see much reason to have it come back at all. So, that is my rant on RPGs. I'm sure a lot of you will think I'm crazy and hate me for it, but that is alright. I just thought it was an interesting thing to look at, and now we're about to die. Let's get out of here. Bees, stop shooting us. I don't like your bee-ness. Don't be mean, be kind. You're bees. Alright, we're doing pretty well, though. We picked up most of the objective markers here. And so I gotta say, once we regen some health, we're probably gonna be in good shape. No, we didn't. We died. That's okay. One of our first deaths with GhostRobo Realm. We really haven't picked up all that many, and if you watch every single episode, you'll know that I went back to the villain for 2 episodes, and I'm kind of liking her a little bit as well. I think that ultimately the problems with the game, I'm really busted up here, so we're going to go and repair my equipment, but I think the problems with the game permeate both the villain and the hero side, the nature powers, the ice powers, the fire powers, whatever you want to choose. I don't think that's really what will determine whether or not you like the game. Maybe it'll determine if you love it, if you find a set that really works for you. Like, I like acrobatics best, and that makes me enjoy the game more, but the problems with the game, you know, dying and being placed so far away from your mission, or, you know, at later levels not really understanding what you should do, and not realizing, okay, is the level gap between me and an enemy going to be of importance or not? Do I need to really consider that? Some of these things that just seem kind of, I don't know, less streamlined, and again, here we go back to that whole discussion of RPGs, but there are some things that you can't argue with. You know, if you're looking at the travel time between dying and getting back to your mission, it's the same problem something like Grand Theft Auto had. It's an awful problem, and it's not very fun, and I don't see who in their right mind would enjoy that, and that really doesn't matter whether you're a hero or villain. I'm looking for some Soda Colas here to pick up. We'll pick up the Soda Cola Classics because they are stronger and better for us. And then, do they auto-equip? No, we have to go in and equip them ourselves. At least all of our gear is healed now. Can run out here and go back to Metropolis to continue our mission. I'm trying to get a feel for if the world is less populated. Like, you know, if after this first month, if a lot of people have dropped off the face of the earth, or if they're keeping up with the game, or what. And I can't really tell because I think it's very time-based. I play my games sometimes at odd times in efforts to purposely avoid people. You know, I'll pop in DCO at 10 in the morning just to try to get on when not many people are, so I don't have to run into those PvP jerks. But I'd be interested to see some stat numbers, not of sales so much, but of follow-through, of how many people do they have still subscribed or still active in the game, because I can see it auto-renewing and someone forgetting and not playing anymore. So those numbers would be pretty interesting, as these static cars do nothing here. They're just all chilling at the stoplight. Do they move? Guess not. Maybe they do. Look at all these people all wearing the same shirt. Whoa, you guys must shop at the same store. How cool! That's what best friends do. They shop at the same store and buy the same clothes. Alright, back to the hive. I hope this is an instance. I'm hoping we actually get to go inside the Metrodome and fight this bee monster. Hope we're not doing all this nonsense for nothing. We gotta destroy more of the hive hypnopollen dispensers. I think those are the little things fuming with the dirty gas. The tagging is the little crates I've told to circle by, and gathering hive circuitry from turrets is destroying the turrets. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the switch. This was the first week where I really tried to have an episode of villain and an episode of hero, and let me know if you enjoy that, or if you want me to just stick with one or the other. I kind of like the variety of playing multiple, but, you know, let me know if you guys have a strong opinion one way or another on that. If you only follow me on DCUO, let me enlighten you to what's going on my channel just for a quick second here. I've got my Killzone and Bulletstorm footage all up. That's going good, and those are 2 awesome games, so go check those out. Another thing that I've really started doing, and I don't know if you're aware of it already or not, is I started vlogging. It's been a lot of fun, and I have now put up about 4, and that was kind of my test bed experience. I now know what works, what doesn't work, and I think if you're starting out with something like vlogging like that, it really isn't. You really got to test it out. It's not something you can just say, hey, I'm going to vlog, and now I'm a pro at vlogging because I know how vlogging works. And if you look at some of the most popular people on YouTube and go back to their early days, it's totally different from how they are defined now. Like, if you look at some people like Philip DeFranco or Tobuscus, their style of commentary or their style of dialogue in their vlogs has evolved quite a bit over the years, and even over the last year or two. And most people think, hey, this is what they're known for. They must have been doing that all along, and how incredible is that? And no, they started out a little bit differently. And so for anyone that's starting out on YouTube, just because you're not getting the fans you want or the viewership that you want right now, don't worry, because you may just need that incubation period to figure out your style and to learn what works for you and what people like about you. And you know, is it being a crazy, obnoxious jerk? That works for some people. There's plenty of YouTubers that put on that shtick of being a total imbecile, and people seem to love that, especially in the Call of Duty scene. You'll see a lot of people that just, you know, cuss their eyes out and swear through games and, you know, pull out all the racial slurs they know, and people are like, oh my god, it's so cool. That's just not my style. And I think that the more time you spend commentating, you'll probably find what your style is. And so I would definitely recommend continuing. And while I'm no pro, and I've only been doing this for 4 months now, I have made close to 200 videos, and so I've gone through kind of the growing pains of beginning out and being like, oh, hi, this is GhostRobo, and I'm afraid because people may hear my voice on YouTube. So now I just basically say whatever comes to mind and whatever I want. I'm not really afraid of negative commenters or negative dislikes or whatever, or, you know, of the sort. I would like to say, if you could like this video, that would be super awesome. Because for some reason, I've noticed that I haven't been picking up as many likes as I would like. And it's a huge part, if you don't know, to what determines your ranking on YouTube, just in terms of how people find your videos. So, like, if I have a lot of likes, people are going to, when they search for DCUO, my videos will rise to the top. It's a combination of views and likes, and I'm getting all sorts of bashed to hell and back here. So yeah, like this video if you enjoy DCO. I mean, we get over 1,000 views on every video and only probably about 100 likes. It's not a very good ratio, and I know most of you guys are liking these videos because you come back and watch the next episode. So it's not like, I watched episode 22 and I hate this guy. Bullseye, get out of here. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're out of here. So yeah, like the video. That would be awesome. Gotta gather some more circuitry. Is this guy trying to hurt me, or is he just doing his thing? I hope he's just doing his thing, because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to die anymore. Oh my, we're getting pounded from all sides. Please, destroy this thing. I know I'm about to die. Oh, soda coal. I forgot I had those. There we go. Phew. I forgot that I had those. What a dummy. GhostRobo Realm, in all of her hotness, forgot about sensibility. She's just too worried about wearing her green beret and doing all that kind of stuff and firing these dual pistols. I feel like dual pistols, I know Deadpool has dual pistols, but I feel like dual pistols are kind of like a girl weapon. Like, whenever I think of dual pistols, I think of, what game is that? Final Fantasy X-2, and how Yuna, if you play that game, have the dual pistols. And to me, I don't know, it just seems like a weapon for girls, the dual pistols. Which is fine, because I'm a girl character, so it fits wondrously. Alright, all we have to do is destroy one more of these, and we're done with this mission. Thank goodness gracious. Alright, let's climb up here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Whoa. What was that about? Never seen that happen before. She got a little overzealous there. A little too naturey. Alright, let's access the journal. Buzzkill complete.
Those hive stingers carry a hypnotizing neurotoxin. Lucky for you, you seem to be able to resist it.
Okay. So we can resist it, so I guess we're going to the hive base. There we go. I'm trying to, uh-oh.
Bad news. Queen Bee's drones have LexCorp and Starlab scientists hostage inside the Metrodome. We must free those scientists before she steals their minds and converts them into drones.
Uh-oh. They're going to steal my minds because they're bumblebees. That's weird. I thought bees just stung you. I didn't know they stole your minds. Okay. Down into the hive place. And guys, I'm looking at the time, and I know this is going to be a shorter episode and leave you kind of on a cliffhanger here. We have to look for the scientists. But I gotta go. I just realized the time. I have basketball practice to coach, so I gotta get out of here. Hope you enjoyed this Friday edition of DCUO Online. Let me know your thoughts about RPGs, or turn-based ones in particular. And let me know your thoughts on whether you like this alternation between hero and villain. Guys, that's going to be it for this week, and until next time, thank you very much for watching. We will see you later.